phones, we categorically do not bring our phones to the bedroom at
Yeah.
night. Like, that's a non-negotiable. Other screens, like, we're working on, but I think this is the first year of our marriage. Like, we always charge our phones, like, in the living room or in a different room.
Yeah. So with our phones, we've got to a really, really good place. Like you say, I don't think there's any issues there. I don't even want to bring my phone.
It's stressful.
I can't imagine. And this is something I used to do when I was single, living in my own apartment.
Yeah.
My phone used to sleep, like, next to my head.
Yeah.
And, in the middle of the night, if I somehow, like, woke up to get a drink of water, I'd be like, oh, see what's happening on Instagram. It's 3 o'clock. Nothing's happening on Instagram at 3 o'clock in the morning. But it was just a habit.
Right.
And I'm so glad that for both of us, that's not even a temptation nowadays. I think where we need to do some work is around the laptop side of things or the screen sides of things. Because I think we go through seasons where we're okay.
Yeah.
And then we just, I don't know, it's like we start a new show and we're like, oh, we need to continue this in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And I think the impact of that is that when you're watching a show or when you're immersed, looking at your screen, it means you're not immersed in each other.
Right.
So whether that's to have a conversation, whether that's for intimacy, whether that's even just to check in and say, hey, like, how was your day? Because sometimes we don't spend every single second of each day together.
Right.
Like, you might go out, shopping or to an appointment, and I might be here doing something else.
Yeah, because there's times even when, like, we work from home, but there'll be times I'm like, I miss you.
Yeah.
And I think I notice those times, like, more frequently when, like, instead of having that time at the end of the day to really just connect and have conversation, we instead, like, watch a show. Because it feels easier and it feels like, okay, I'm really tired, like, this is what I need to do. But I think, it takes a little bit more work sometimes to instead of, like, just having, like, a show on, like, actually connect and talk. But it's so worth it.
Yeah, we never regret it when we do.
No.
Like, we never regret it. We're like, whenever we do it, we're like, wow, like, this is how we should be spending our evenings.
Yeah, bedroom should be, if you're married, for sex, sleeping, and a little bit of conversation. But it's really hard to do that when you have so many screens. You have your phone, you have your laptop, you have, like, all of these things. So.
Yeah, so some of the tips that I think on the phone side, whenever we put our daughter to bed, the phones go into airplane mode. They go in a different room to charge, and that's it. I'm not looking at my phone until the next day.
Yeah.
And you always have sometimes people say, yeah, but what if there's an emergency in the middle of the night? I mean, it's never happened, not once.
Happened. Yeah.
And also, if it's such a big emergency, then I'm probably not the person to call.
Nah, call 911 or 999.
Yeah, if your house is on fire, don't try and call Winston.
Don't call me.
I can't help you.
Yeah.
I can't, and you're probably in the UK, so definitely cannot help you.
Yeah, and we have a physical alarm clock, or I use my watch as an alarm.
Yeah. So I think on the phone side, we're pretty good. I'm glad we didn't invest in a TV for the bedroom.
Yeah,
because that's such like a big, I was going to say, like, American thing, but I think even people in the UK now, like, everyone's got a TV in the bedroom, like, a big flat screen TV. So you can imagine, if all I have to do when I get into my bed is that, I'm doing it.
And you've constantly got that visual cue.
Yeah.
And people don't realize, like, how important visual cues are in your home. You're going to watch more screens if you simply have a TV up compared to if you have to bring out your laptop to watch it. You're going to drink more water if you have a water bottle physically out for you to see.
Yeah.
You're going to eat more fruit if you have a fruit basket physically in your space. So yeah, like a TV is a huge visual cue that even without thinking, it puts it in your head. Oh yeah, like let's switch on the TV.
Yeah, it's like every time I go to the living room, like the focal point of the living room is the TV.
Yeah.
Right. So that thought will cross my mind. Hey, maybe I should see what's happening in the world, catch up with the news or whatever, catch up with sports. So to have, I don't want to have that level of pressure. In the bedroom. I think with our laptops, what do you think we can do to be better with our laptops that we're not doing already?
I think, like, it's important to have fun and to, like, just be able to relax with each other as a couple. So I wouldn't want to cut out completely, like, shows that we really enjoy watching together.
Yeah.
But I think it's just kind of having that discipline of, like, if we want to watch something, we watch it in the living room on the sofa and just leave it there and just I think make it a rule, because I think what happens with us is like we kind of, it's not quite a clear rule, and as human beings, like we do really like to have like clear rules.
Yeah, otherwise you'll just bend it.
Yeah, otherwise we're like, I think right now, like we're kind of like, oh yeah, like no, we don't want to bring our laptops into our room, but if it's a Friday night, you know, oh like let's just like watch our show
There's a
like
show
in
that we
bed,
really
like it's
like,
super
yeah.
comfortable, rather than making it pretty hard and fast that like no, our laptops just don't come into the bedroom. Because I think for me too, like I like most of your work is like on the laptop during the day, and I'm mainly like with Malika and doing stuff around the house, so then I end up bringing the laptop to bed to relax, but then I'm like, oh, let me just send this email, or let me just do like a little bit of laptop work, compared to like being like, okay, no, if I need to do laptop work, I'm going to do it like, you know, in the morning or at a different time, but not take it to bed. And then I'll end up doing work and you'll end up being asleep or whatever, and you know, we end up missing each other in that regard. So I would say, are you down to just like decide no laptops in the bed, like make it a rule like our phone?
Yeah, I think we should just treat the laptop like a phone.
Yeah, deal. Settled.
Who's gonna hold us accountable?
You guys.
You guys. Production team.
Production team, Broderick, Justin. I don't know how they'll know we should like.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure. They can text us just before evening just to make sure.
Yeah, like eyes emoji.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
yeah, cool. So that's the rule. Decided no laptops in the bed. But even just, like not having our phones in the bed, I think has really, really helped us, because I think one of the things that kind of creates separation within marriage is just missing out on opportunities where you could be connecting. It's often, you know, the opportunities that you don't take that can create the biggest, you know, impact detrimentally within your marriage. And that's how you end up with those stories of people who are like, yeah, we woke up and we were just roommates, or like we fell out of love. But love is about time. You can't really continue to grow in love, like if you're not spending time together. And oftentimes, especially when life becomes fuller, you have kids and things like that, the time isn't going out on a fancy date night or taking a holiday. It's that hour before you guys fall asleep. It's that 10 minutes in the morning. And if you're using that time to scroll instead of like connect, talk with your partner, do other things with your partner, then that's going to show up later.